Tell me yes or no if tier list today. No pressure, but tell me. If you guys are curious, you're not talking about spell tier list, though I need to do, or perk tier list. I need to do that as well. Tito was saying that he would like me to do a, she would like me to do, I apologize, Tito, please don't stab me. She would like me to do a tier list of all, I think all the games that I've streamed in the past. Meaning like, he's learning. No, not a horse girl tier list. Basically saying like, because people stop by all the time and ask, you know, what do you think of this game? What do you think of that game? And I've never like sat down and actually put them all in order to see, you know, obviously Noita, it's off the charts, right? But from there, where does everything fall? How far back does that include Minecraft? I would imagine it should be, I don't know actually. Let me see, Tito, I'm trying to find where Tito even linked me that list. Tito, where was that tier list at? Where did you put in Chase Check this? Probably, maybe. DunkOrSlam played video game July 2025 tier list. Let's see if it had Minecraft on it. Yeah, it's literally, I think Tito put everything. It's got some old school shit on it, so it's got to be on there. I'm blind to Minecraft apparently. Just chatting. No, right, just chatting, a solid fucking S tier game. Wow, yeah, I played when WoW Classic released. We ran around for a day. This was back, I mean, the original WoW Classic, what was that like? 2020, I think. Because I never really played much WoW, so I was just running around, just like for a day, having some fun. Mainly, it was just like a just chatting day, and some people from the chat were teaching me how WoW works. But I lost interest quickly afterwards. Farthest I've ever gotten in WoW is like level 30, I think. I don't see StarCraft. Did you stream StarCraft a couple times when you were doing one-offs? Oh yeah, I definitely streamed StarCraft then. They probably did it from when I started actually. Every single one of these games here is where I started streaming regularly as a streamer. Before then, I did like, I remember one year I streamed like probably an hour of Super Smash Bros. Melee. So that's not on the list. It must be like from when I started my streamer life. Jackbox Party Pack 4. You know what's really weird about Jackbox? I doubt it's a thing anymore, but I didn't know it was a thing at all. So I was streaming Jackbox because back then our community probably was like, I don't know, probably average like 40 people or so.
Here's your ransom dono.
Hugo, we're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you, Hugo. Appreciate the love. But we have probably averaged like 40 or 50 viewers, I don't know, something like that. And they'd ask, can we do a community day, play some Jackbox? And so the community can play, it's like a, you know, a little trivia game, that kind of stuff. Well, there was something on Twitch where if you streamed a Jackbox game, it was automated where it would, I don't know how it worked exactly. You guys know me, I'm not tech savvy. But if you were live in the Jackbox section, your Discord would get spammed with like fucked up images, like really fucked up images. Anytime you went live in the Jackbox section, it would happen. And I was like, what the fuck? And because what happened is, like, whenever we started streaming Jackbox, it got super fucked up. And I remember I think it was Blau was like, I got this. And it was like deleting just tons of these images that were really fucked up and like illegal shit. And then I was like, well, that was weird. I guess we got hit by like some kind of bot or something. And then I had mentioned to my brother, he said, you were streaming Jackbox? And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, that happens in the Jackbox sessions right now. Right now, there's a lot of people have been talking about it where when you go live, it's just some kind of automated bot system. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's happened to quite a few people in our community, in the Speed Gamer community. So yeah, I was like, I didn't even know. I guess somebody who just really fucking hated Jackbox or some shit and was like trying to discourage people from streaming the game. And if you went live, you would just get botted. I gotta stare at this for a while. I feel like I need to think on this. You know what? I can safely say this goes here. Let me zoom in case you guys can't see it. Cube World instantly to D tier. Easiest move of my life. Well, the problem is sometimes whenever you're ranking stuff, it's almost like you need to have like the memories of like some of the old school games come back to you. Doomsday Hunters. So what's funny is this game actually got a rebrand into another game. I can't remember what it's called now. We played it before. It was like, actually maybe Doomsday Hunters is the rebrand. I don't know. Doomsday Hunter, that's something else. Is Cube World Temu Minecraft? So Cube World was this game that had all this promise, and every time it would make a resurgence, like, oh, this is gonna be the time it becomes this like MMORPG Minecraft style. It's gonna be amazing, and every time it flops immediately. And then they redesign the game. Oh, it's gonna be this or that, and then it flops immediately again. I think there's still people holding out for Cube World releasing in a way that's not dog shit. I think it's legitimately a thing. The devs abandoned it, but last time we brought it up, somebody goes, "Oh, they're working on it again." I was like, I can't tell what's real anymore. Dark Souls goes up there. I don't even know what the hell. Oh, Area 51. Do you guys know this wasn't a game? Do you know what this was? This was whenever whenever people were like, was that 2019? Maybe it was 2020 when people were like, we're fucking the internet's gonna raid Area 51. We're breaking in. And they were like, people were selling like merchandise and shit that was like clapping alien cheeks and all that shit. Yeah, the raid. So there was a section called Area 51. I remember we were just sitting in there in chat because people were streaming it. We were literally just watching to see if there's anything going on. But after like a couple hours, we got bored because it was literally just people standing at a gate being like, "You guys charging in?" It's like, "Oh yeah, that fucking skinny ass nerd's about to charge in past the dudes with the guns and shit. That's definitely going down." And then we got bored. That plus people started spamming like TTS racist messages, not in my stream, but in the random streams that were hopping around. So I was like, "Yo, let's get the fuck out of here. It's getting weird." So that one doesn't even deserve a ranking. Noita, obviously the GOAT. Obviously. Doki Doki S tier. I don't even know where to put Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, whenever it's popping off and there's these moments of like really emergent gameplay where it's like, I feel like the devs didn't even plan for it to happen. They set up a playground for people to be pirates and all that shit. But there are these moments of like just organic fun shit that I'm like, holy shit, this is the greatest game ever. And then 99% of the time, the game is absolute dog shit because you're literally just sailing around on the sea. The PvE stuff's pretty boring to me. But whenever the PvP, it's actually PvPvE. You want a little bit of both. You want the environment throwing down. You want players throwing down. You want this perfect blend. Whenever it hits the spot, it is probably one of the most fun games I've ever played. But it's just one of those things that it's like, if you spend 50 hours, you'll probably have 1 hour that is like peak gaming, where you're just like, holy shit, that was awesome. And then 49 hours of just being bored out of your mind. So I'm gonna just put it B tier. PvE is boring. No sense of progression. No meaningful goals. Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of that progression. I mean, there's the whole like, I forget what they call it, where you get the status thing in Sea of Thieves. So there is that status stuff, but yeah, I was never really pushed towards that. Watching Summit play it, yes, Summit. If you know, Summit always makes this game seem so fun. He's the reason that I even tried it, because my brother tried it because of him, and they was telling me, hey, watch Summit play it. And then because he was trying to sell me on it too. And I watched Summit play it, and I was like, that does look pretty fun. So then I played it a little bit, and we did stream a little bit of it.
I really wish you guys could see this.
Whenever we streamed it, we did actually steal an Athena, which I was pretty proud of, because I was really shit at that game. But it was really Sea of Thieves. You don't have to be good necessarily to have a lot of fun. It has these moments that it's really damn good. But anyways, I'll put that in the middle just because it's so shit a lot of the time. FTL. I'm gonna put FTL also in the B tier. I don't know if that's gonna break some hearts, but I think it's being real. Just chatting, we don't need to rank that. Spelunky 2, I'll also throw that in B tier. Realm of the Mad God. Tim. I wanted Tim to be more. It was fun. I just felt like it was missing some stuff. It's the best of the seats here. I'll give it that. Excuse me, I suggested you to play Sea of Thieves. Yes, Force did. Force did push me into the Sea of Thieves live. Force was one of the ones in the crew, I think, whenever we stole the Athena. That's how old school Force was. This is back in 2019, 2020, probably 2020, where we stole an Athena together. It was, we were feeling like a badass, even though we were pretty shit. It was literally like the people that we were stealing the Athena from were just way better than us, but we were just zerging them with people so that they were killing us so much that they lost track of where their Athena was, and I just swam off with it. But we were literally making no progress on killing them. Each one of them probably had a KD ratio of like 10. They were just like one dude just like bop, 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 just laying people out like they were nothing. And while he was laying everybody out, I just stole the Athena and ran because I knew I couldn't take them on. It was good times. Temtem is like Pokemon, but actually balanced properly. It did have good balance, but I just felt like there could have been more to it. There's some stuff, but I remember hoping for more. But it was definitely, I had fun. I just was like, damn, I wanted more. Not the stealing clip, but another Dunk Sea of Thieves clip. Oh, this is a, wait, god damn it, that darkness crap. I swear, when you have that thing on, it just breaks everything. Oh, you tried to view something? Well, you had the dark reader on, so the website no longer works. Yeah, this is just a Noita classic. This is the Summit classic where you draw the penises on the maps, and then whenever you run, you go and you hide, and then the person who actually is on the ship, it's their ship, will just run over. I remember we were laughing so hard. Let's see. They'll run over. That's what makes Sea of Thieves so fun, is you can literally see what they're looking at. You can tell that, and so we're just laughing.
Look at this guy! Look at this shit! He's trying to hit him. He ran to that. He's fucking.
That's that Burger King mic too.
They're both staring at the map now. Look at him.
Fucking, I don't know why these guys just kept walking over and staring at the penises on the map, and they would delete them. It was good stuff. But I was like, oh shit. Because I remember what happened on Summit stream. People would always be like, paid actors. And I was like, will it actually work out like that? It really does work out like that. It really does. If you draw penises on their map, they walk over, they stare at them, they will delete them, and then go about their business like it's nothing. You can run over and draw it again, and they'll walk over and they'll look at it and they'll erase it again. And you're like, do they not realize somebody is literally hiding on the ship? They're just like, who keeps drawing penises on the map? It's called Summit and them. I think they're some of the ones that popularized it. And I don't know if they're the originals, but essentially what you would do is you would hide somewhere on the ship, and you would hide in such a way that it's not very obvious. And so I don't know if it's seen in the clip, but what you do, because it's hard to tell because you're seeing it from like a first person. So like I run over, you draw on the map, and then what you do is it's called, you try to, there was an emote they had where you lay on the ground, you kind of curl up. And so you would curl up in a way that the devs did not intend this to be used this way, almost guaranteed. And so players, what they do is they're doing PvE stuff where they're collecting loots from around the world, these treasure chests. And so you lay down under the treasure chest, and it's almost impossible to see you. They call it tucking. And so you would tuck underneath their loot, and this would lead to them just going about their business, not knowing you're there. But you could like fuck with them. And I don't know why so many players, people always spam like paid actors or like these guys are bots, because the moment that something is happening on your ship that clearly you're not the one doing it, you should piece together somebody's here, but they never do it. They just keep repeating their tasks. And so this guy, yeah. See, if you look close, I don't know how well you guys can see. You can actually see when they're sliding around on the map. You can see them where they're looking. And if you look here, you can see the penises are drawn on the map. And then he gets there and he just deletes them. He literally deletes the penises. And then he just starts to look around the map. And then his little buddy runs over and also looks at the map. I can only assume he was like, dude, did you draw these penises? His buddy's just like, I didn't draw any penises. And then just runs off. And then they just go about their business. That shit, it's just so funny. It's, again, I don't think how the devs planned for the game to be played at all. I don't think they were like, oh, people are going to, people like Summit will be drawing penises on the map. But I don't know. A lot of games don't really have that, I don't know. It's like a game is usually PvP focused, where it's just like you kill each other, or it's PvE focused and you maybe work with other people, you kill a bad guy. This is like this weird middle ground where it's like you kind of just chose how you wanted to play the game, and I thought it was really cool. But again, it's one of those games that it sounds awesome and there's these moments that look awesome, but the reality is you're sailing on the sea 99% of the time, being bored out of your fucking mind. I wouldn't believe most of my friends if they said no, to be honest. That's probably what happened. He's probably like, did you draw these penises? His friend looked over like, no, I didn't draw anything. He's like, yeah, sure. And one more thing that makes it really fun is that there's a big overlap between the PC players and the console players. And the console players love to use what's called hot mics, meaning like their mic is just on all the time. So you'll get to listen to these conversations. It's like you're listening in on somebody's phone call or some shit, and that you will hear some of these conversations of being like, dude, stop doing blah blah blah, like whatever you're doing to like poke fun at them. They'll be arguing amongst themselves, like, dude, you did this. It's like, no, you did this. And then they'll just argue, and then they'll go back to doing their thing, and then you fuck with them again, and they're like, dude, stop. And you're literally just like antagonizing these guys on the ship, like you're tormenting them, and it's not even planned part of the game. It's just super funny. Force says, yeah, in that group sunk our ship. I had to respawn the ship to pick you up and never wait. Yes, exactly. Yep, Force, I remember this. You had to sail out in the middle of the ocean and find me on a rock with the Athena. Did you hear any background arguments? Oh yeah, there would be all kinds of stuff. That one, I don't think we had any really good ones on stream besides the guys that kept staring at the penises drawn on the map and then deleting them and then walking off, and then I would just draw it again. But there's some really funny ones. I wish I could remember them all. I just remember sometimes just being like laughing so hard I couldn't even play the game. I was literally just like crying because you're just listening to people. They both think they're it's like you know how Among Us and people love that shit. We're like, oh, this person's sus or blah blah blah. It's like they don't even know they're trying to play a game where they're like, oh, we're pirates, and it turns into a game of Among Us for them where they're like accusing each crew member of like fucking things up, and you're just watching them as they just like as their little crew breaks down, accusing each other of whatever the hell mayhem you're causing. It's pretty fun. But again, that's like 1% of the gameplay. It's so hard to get that to line up. But I have had it on a couple of occasions. Because the biggest ships are called, not brigs. Damn it, what is it? Galleons. Galleons are 4 players on a ship. So when you see the 4 players on a ship, you as a 5th player sneak onto the ship, hide somewhere, and because there's like a system where you can just be put with randoms. The randoms tend to use a lot of open mics. So that's how they communicate with each other. So you get to listen to the whole conversation. And because they don't actually know each other, they kind of are very suspicious of each other when something's happening. When somebody's fucking with things, they all think it's like, damn it, I got stuck with a fucking dude who's doing blah, blah, blah. And that guy's thinking, no, that guy's doing it. So it's really funny. I had never experienced that in a game before. The closest thing I would say would be something like Rust. But the problem with Rust is that everybody's naturally hostile in that game. There really isn't an advantage to being like, is this guy cool? Can we be friends? And Sea of Thieves, there is a advantage, because if you can make a friendship, you can divvy up the loot. Like you both can gain from the treasure that you turn in. So Athena is, at the time of playing, I don't know, I can't say now, I haven't played in a couple years. The Athena is the most rare treasure chest. So picture this, you kill a bad guy, at the end of killing a bad guy, sometimes like a door will open and there's just fucking all these items in there, and each one of them that you turn in is worth points. The one that's worth the most points is referred to as an Athena. It is the rarest one. So what people do, and it is actually really smart how they design the game, you have to carry each loot back to your ship. Well, it leads to really funny scenarios where a guy will pick up a loot, set it down, and then they turn around and pick up another loot, they turn around, and the loot's not there. And then you can literally see them thinking. You see them pick up a loot, turn, and go. And you could just like be hiding behind a tree holding the Athena, just like laughing your ass off. Because you see the dude just being like, It's like, I could have swore I just placed it right here. And it just leads to them. I don't know. It's like this organic moment that, I don't know, you don't see anything like that in gaming. But also it's, you know, kind of a little bit crazy because you usually don't have those moments. It's like you can't plan for those moments, I guess. It just happens. Cube World is good if you play the old version. I'll throw that in the D tier, man. The Athena skull, not chest. No, the Athena was a chest. There are Athena skulls, but the one that we stole back then was a treasure chest. I think Athena skulls and all that were added in later. Dunk is a troll, confirmed. Well, it's not necessarily trolling. It's not like you're being a dick just to be a dick. I mean, I guess you could. But, for example, with the drawing of the penises and stuff, so you want to cause a little bit of distrust and mayhem, because whenever they go to bring the treasure chests on board, you don't want them to be completely coordinated. It makes it a lot easier to take what you need. And those points that you get can actually, that's how you gain status in Sea of Thieves. It is trolling, but it's trolling with a purpose, okay? It's trolling to lead to something. You're just innocently, naturally being a dick. No, there's a reason. Smurfing, it's not smurfing. Exactly. You got to learn how to gaslight it. You're not even talking at all. You have to, through your actions, cause them to like gaslight each other.
Smash.
Probably the best of the B tier for Celeste. Stardew Valley. I like Stardew Valley, but it's like a you're just vibing out mainly. There's a lot of B tier games. Put this one. Spelunky. Oh shit. Factorio. Factorio may actually be S tier.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this.
I'll put it
guy
there.
Right now. He is drawn.
Outer Wilds. Probably somewhere in there. I don't know. Outer Wilds it's hard to rate as a game. It's like it's an experience. I don't know. It sounds really corny, but that's how Outer Wilds is. It's not a game. It's an experience. I don't know. It's a really weird one to rank.
Daily run but with no balls.
Daily run with no balls. Vampire Survivors. Probably the best of the B tier. Dude, B tier is just growing quick. I mean, the Pokemon games are solid. It's hard not to like a Pokemon game. Dome Keeper. I do like Dome Keeper. B is like the games that I like, but I'm not like completely addicted. C is like, it had its moments. It had its moments. A is like, that's good shit. That's good stuff. C is like, holy shit, fucking genre defining games. I'm trying to rank them within their tiers as well. Backpack Battles is pretty legit. I've played the demo, but I got like 100 hours in that shit or something. Maybe not 100, but I got a good amount of time. I think it is probably the best of the B tier. Wait, no, I say that. Super Auto Pets. Well, Super Auto Pets, I want to say, is better than Backpack Battles, but it was at its peak better than Backpack Battles. Present, like Backpack Battles has better devs. Catacomb Kids, we'll put it better than Hades, or we'll put it below Hades. Brotato, probably the best of the Vampire Survivors. Where is Vampire Survivor? We'll put it right in front of it. Just Chatting should be rated by the chat. My chatting skills. Put Hades on S tier now. What? Hades got its moments, but to me it doesn't really like, you know what I mean? Doesn't hit that spot. Ooh, Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon definitely A at least. It sucks because I'm still in the process with Enter the Gungeon. I'm still in noob land, noob territory. I don't know where it's going to end up, but it's at least A. Pokemon, I'm just going to put it in the whole Pokemon section. Project Zomboid. Ooh, I'm about to break some hearts on this one. I don't know. I liked it, but it wasn't like, it didn't fucking hook me in. Ooh, Kana? Kana's up there, man. Kana's somewhere around FTL. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what that game is. Subnautica. Subnautica's pretty cool. Better than, we'll put it in the C tier above Hades. You know what? Hades is better than Subnautica. Subnautica's A tier? Nah. Subnautica is a cool experience, but with Outer Wilds, for example, I felt this push to go forward because I just want to see how it ended. At Subnautica, I kind of lost interest at some point. It may have just been my mood, though. That's another thing that's kind of difficult about rating games, is because sometimes you're just emotional state of like what's going on in your real life, what kind of gaming mood you're in affects things so much.
Well, your taste in games definitely match your taste in food. Mediocre.
Mediocre. Satisfactory. Satisfactory is pretty damn cool, the little time I've spent with it. And I probably will revisit it at some point. We're going to put this somewhere around there. I actually don't know if Dunk is trolling us or if his takes are actually this horrid. Hold on. Wait, what do you mean my takes are this horrid? Come on. To not be controversial with you guys would just want everything in the S tier. I'm literally ranking the games how I enjoyed them.
Backpack battles now that it's fully out.
Yeah.
Then you can give an honest slot then.
True.
Same with Satisfactory.
True. Terraria, I will give A tier. Dota 2, we're going up here. We're going up to the S tier. Easy. Just King was actually solid. Just King be somewhere around like Kana and stuff. Dead Cells. I can't really rank Dead Cells because I only played it one time and I was shit. Let's put it there. Dota is peak. Dude, Dota is my favorite multiplayer game of all time. Noit is my favorite single player game of all time. The reason I rank Dota 2 higher is because I feel like multiplayer games inherently are better than single player games, which is probably going to be a hot take with all you guys. But multiplayer games are something that, anything that adds like a social element, I like it more.
For the next event. Either a Factorio
It's
or
like
Satisfactory Community Sunday.
Like if somebody told me I have to spend 1,000 hours playing a single player thing, like game, it's like gonna be rough. Luckily a game like Noita, at least I could maybe keep myself entertained with like little missions and stuff. But it's like you're having to come up with your own challenges. In Dota 2, you wouldn't have to come up with, you would literally, the game is just like you'd be playing multiplayer, like climbing the ranked matchmaking is gonna take you 1 billion hours alone. So you're not gonna have to come up with any challenges for yourself. Multiplayer games are just that way. I didn't know I was listening to the Trash Taste podcast. Hey, you guys, let me finish ranking these, then we'll hop into Noita. Risk of Rain 2. Oh shit, it's about to really break some hearts. Risk of Rain 2 for me was just like, it was cool, but I just didn't get hooked. It was like somewhere around Just King for me. That's like one of those that you guys will get really upset with. Titan Souls is actually badass. You guys ever played Titan Souls? The problem with Titan Souls is that I feel like it ended too quickly. I wanted more. I love Titan Souls. My complaint about Titan Souls is I want more. It's literally, I hate it. You hated Titan Souls? Titan Souls, it's literally like, if you love the boss fights in games, it's just the game is just on its own. It is a boss rush game. You just go from boss to boss to boss to boss, and you just get one tapped. It's just fun. It's a really simple 2D game, but I like it. Did you do all the challenges? I don't know if I did all the challenges. The challenges like speedrun stuff. I just remember I wanted more bosses to fight, I think. So we don't need it. Okay, Isaac. Ooh, Isaac has to go up here in the S tier of games. It's probably above Factorio. Let's be real. Factorio's good. It's S tier, but Isaac is pretty special. World of Warcraft. I've tried to get into it. Everybody always has these great stories about how great World of Warcraft is. The highest I've ever gotten is level 30. But I'd never truly gotten hooked. Sorry to the WoW fans out there. Sorry to break your heart. We'll put it the greatest of the C tier. How about that? Doki Doki Literature Club. Where the fuck do I even put this? Listen. We'll say it's better than WoW. Is this going to be some controversial take? Like Doki Doki versus World of Warcraft.
S.
Oh shit. Doki Doki. Okay, it's one of those. Listen. If you're like, what is that? You probably don't want to play it. You probably don't want to. But it's a visual novel, psychological horror game. If you're into that, I could easily see some people putting that A tier if they're really into that shit. Not only that, but visual novel stuff is just not for me. All right, I already got to read chat. That's enough in my life. Ooh, Oxygen Not Included. Oxygen Not Included is pretty darn good. We'll put this somewhere in this range of the top of the B tier, I think. Maybe even A tier, actually. This one's a tricky one. I may move that in a second. I got to think on that one. Oxygen Not Included is good. I like it. Nova Drift? I really didn't get hooked on Nova Drift. I know some people fucking love that game. Somewhere around Zomboid. Neophyte, I'm just going to put that, that's like one of those Vampire Survivor games that it was cool, but I mean, I just never went back to it. Monster Sanctuary, it was an RPG. I just never went back. Punch Out, that's a classic though. Punch Out is a classic. I don't know how the hell do you even rank these games? How do you feel about the or how do you feel about the regular Nintendo? Wait, is that Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo? Is Punch Out? It's NES or SNES? Regular? I mean, it's a classic, right? Like it's definitely one of those that's like for its time was amazing. But if we're talking about present day, do I want to play Punch Out? I'm like, not right now. I mean, I know. But at its time, it was a big deal. RimWorld. Ooh, RimWorld. I can't decide. I feel like we gotta probably put RimWorld A tier. I haven't played the DLCs, but the game is damn good. Hotline Miami. Ooh. This one may be a little bit controversial, but I think it's like it's like probably the best of the B tier. I don't know what it is. Something about that game really clicks. I'm like, I like this. I'm not going to say it's like A tier where I'm like can grind it forever or S tier where it is literally a masterpiece in the genre, but it is good. Like I would say if you haven't played Hotline Miami, I think you should. It's a really easy game to enjoy. I feel like it's a safe recommendation. Like, there are a lot of people that I would not recommend RimWorld to, but I would recommend Hotline Miami just because it is more, like, it's easier to get into. It's more of a wider audience. I just personally like RimWorld more. Pokemon Snap. I mean, that's a classic. I'm going to just throw it with the Pokemon games. Why Catacomb Kids on C? That game is fucking hardcore. The Catacomb Kids, so Noita is hardcore, right? Noita is like this hardcore game, and you grind it out, and you're like, yes, the payoff is there. But for me, Catacomb Kids didn't. It's like it's challenging, but it didn't say it didn't make me want to overcome the challenge. It's like this game is challenging, and I'm not interested in more. For Noita, it's like challenging, and you can see the world is like alive, and you're like, I want to master this world. You know what I mean? Like, I want to conquer this world. Catacomb Kids didn't give me that vibe. It was like, this is challenging. And some people just want to be challenged. They don't need the mystery. They don't need interest in other stuff. They just want a challenge. And if that's your thing, Catacomb Kids, you're going to love it because it is just fucking challenging. But it didn't leave anything else pulling me forward. I really like Dunk's ranking takes, regardless of where each game ends up. Bro really respects the S and A tier. I mean, the way I see it is S is like genre defining. That's like one of those games that, you know, will kind of change the way you look at video games for like the rest of your life. And I don't know, these games are there. A tier are like games that are really, really good. You loved playing them, but it doesn't mean that they're like, they didn't like define the genre in your gaming, like your, you know, mental attitude forever. But it's like, I love that I played this game and I definitely would play it again. B tier games are like, you know, a game that you enjoyed, but maybe like a 1-time or 2-time playthrough. Not like, I got to play this again and again and again. If anything, I'm thinking I may move Dark Souls below. I still haven't got this one refined down because Dark Souls, I enjoyed it. But I don't know how much of it I'm willing to grind. I love the boss. If you could do just the boss fights again, the boss fights and stuff are so good, so fun. But it is grindy, which is the nature of the game. So I'm like, it's somewhere in that area. In Enter the Gungeon, I'm still a noob. Enter the Gungeon is climbing up. So like day 1, Enter the Gungeon would have been like here. Day 2 here. Day 3. You know, day 4, like it's just been rising up. I've been having more and more fun with Enter the Gungeon. When is the challenge run going to be? I want to make sure I get my bet in because I'm on a 6 streak. Don't worry, we'll do it in just a bit. I wasn't planning to do a tier list, but Tito convinced me. They seduced me. Hyperscape 2. I mean, that was like one of those battle royale games. I tried it and then I was just like, well, that was something. I mean, some people like it. I don't even know if that game's still around, honestly. Let me see some real fast. Is that game still around? Hold on. Steam charts is it called Hyperscape? No, not Hyperscape 2. Hyperscape. Why did I throw a 2 in there? Hyperscape. Steam charts Hyperscape. It literally doesn't even have a Steam charts. It must be a dead game. I can't even find it. S tier you could play for untold amounts of time. A tier you could play it for a few times. Maybe complete it. B, 1 playthrough is enough and you enjoyed it. C, play for a bit, don't feel like you need to complete it, was okay. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, I'd say that's pretty much how I feel about it as well. It's shut down ages ago. Well, there you go. That's why I can't find anything on it, I guess. Mega Man X4. I'm just going to review this as like the Mega Man games in general, like for me. And there's somewhere around like the Pokemon area. I'm more nostalgic for Pokemon, but I'll put it right below Celeste. Mega Man's fun. I really enjoyed Mega Man games. X4 is also a really good time. X4 is the best in the series? Fuck yeah. That final boss was fucked up though, man. That final boss, like, it's like so challenging. Like, well, first off, the rest of the game's like, it's hard, but you run that final boss and that dude is like, it's like, where did this come from? It's like really hard. Jackbox party games, I don't even know where the hell to rank that. It's not really, it doesn't really, I'm just going to put it in the C tier somewhere. I mean, it's a party game. That all depends on who you're playing with. You would have a hilarious, amazing time hanging out with friends, and then you may be just bored out of your mind depending on who you're playing with. So I'll just throw that somewhere in there. I don't even know how to rank that game. It's like saying playing charades with your friends or something. How much fun is that? Like, depends on what friends I'm hanging out with. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Spelunky. I already have played Spelunky. I mean, I've already put Spelunky. That must be another Spelunky. I must have accidentally went into the wrong category for a second, so probably never played that Spelunky. It's another one of those Vampire Survivor games. Kind of went nowhere. Neon Abyss. I was oh wait, 007. GoldenEye 007. Did I play that on stream? I don't think I did.
Bonerizer minions in C tier? I can't see how you can even call yourself a real gamer. You've officially been moved to C in my streamer tier list. How does it feel?
Bonerizer
Also,
minions?
unsubbing.
It's hard to hate on these kind of games because they are Vampire Survivor game, so they still have that formula where it's like enjoyable, but it was just like I experienced it. I played a little bit of it on the demo and stuff. I was like, that's good enough for me. It wasn't something I would have put. D tier is like, this thing, don't waste your time. That's what D tier is. This shouldn't be so harsh as don't waste your time. It's just like depends on how much you like the Vampire Survivor games, I guess. 007 is one of those games that you're supposed to put way up here because it's like, this helped change gaming forever. But we're talking about modern day, all right? We're in 2025, and I'm talking about if I loaded up 007 right now, how hyped am I going to be to play it? And that motherfucker has aged. I don't know if you guys have loaded that shit up in a while, but just handing me like an N64 controller, I'm about to stab a motherfucker with that thing. Because, I mean, yes, it was awesome back in the day, but I do not want to load that shit up now. But I can't say D tier because that's too much disrespect. And I loved it as a kid, like it was A tier when I was a kid. But present day, I mean, here we'll show it some respect. We'll put it near Subnautica just because of it's got some classic, you know, nostalgia going on. But still, Neon Abyss is good. A lot of you guys didn't like Neon Abyss, but I thought it's actually a really solid game. I'm gonna put it somewhere around auction, not included, and satisfactory. I think Neon Abyss is good shit. Never heard of it? Really? Neon Abyss is it is a roguelike, but it's got some heavy meta progression going on, so instantly, you know, I start to lose out a little bit of it. What about genre defining now, huh? What genre? So that's what I'm saying. 007 was genre defining, but the problem is it doesn't quite hold up to time. It helped lay the groundwork for the future of FPSs, but in the way that it was made on an N64 controller and everything, it ages terribly. It's tricky. Have you played a game on an N64 controller? You may be too young. I don't know how young some of you guys are. It's rough. I bet you play GoldenEye without music. What? You gotta have the music. I mean, I mainly play GoldenEye for the multiplayer, not for the storyline. I loved now you're just moving goalposts. I'm talking about genre defining and modern day genre. How about that? The modern day genre. It was genre, because in that case, you got to remember that Punch-Out would also be up there because Punch-Out for its time was like really good. But I have at the top of C tier. Goalposts again. All right, shut your mouth. Okay. Minecraft. Oh, shit. Minecraft is going to go in the deep. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm fucking with you guys. This is definitely A tier. There's no doubt on that one. For me, the trickiest part about ranking Minecraft is that I experienced it as a streamer. And as a streamer, I have found that if you're streaming Minecraft, you're running a daycare. And that instantly hurts Minecraft because nobody is like, hey, when I play a game, I want to feel like I'm having to, you know, babysit some children. But the game itself is like kind of magical. It's like, I get it. Like I used to not really be like, well, how does everybody get into Minecraft? Yeah, it's like some creativity, building blocks, blah, blah, blah. But when you play it, you're like, all right, this is pretty nice. You can do the sandbox mode. You can do the actual game, like the gameplay, how it's meant to be played. There was a good take
earlier. Vanilla Minecraft is A, modded is S tier.
That's true too. I haven't even played a lot of the mods. So, I mean, apparently Minecraft modded is how Factorio was born. So it's somewhere in this range. Sorry, I gotta disagree. I bet time played on GoldenEye would beat out the other FPS games. Wait, you bet time played on GoldenEye would beat out the other FPS games? I mean, for example, the way I look at it as like Halo, for example. If I have to go back and play Halo 1, I think I could still have a good time. Obviously, graphics are going to be rough, maybe not perfect, but I think I can still have fun with it. 007, I had a blast with it, but I can't go back. The controls made it where you just you just can't go back, man. The graphics in Halo 1 hold up. It's been a long time since I looked at Halo 1. I feel like it's probably been like, shit, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years? All right, Hollow Knight. Ooh. Is about to get some people spicy. Hollow Knight. For me, Hollow Knight ranks somewhere around satisfactory. Hear me out. Hear me out. If Hollow Knight was just the boss fight side of things, or like the challenges at the Coliseum, oh yeah, we're going A tier. But you guys know me. I don't like adventuring around that much. I'm usually like, chat, where do I need to go? Left, right, up, down. I just want to get to the next good part. I want concentrated dopamine. I want the boss fights are awesome. The Coliseum, awesome. The Path of Pain, awesome. Adventuring around to find where some little item is or whatever, not as awesome. I do get lost a lot. This is true. I know. Okay, so I'm putting Hollow Knight there. I am still waiting for Silk Song. I'm still hyped for it. I'm just interested in the boss fights, man. Halo. The problem is when you rank Halo, people look at the modern day Halo, right?
You should.
The nostalgia is so strong, and I feel like it has changed the genre. It did change the genre, but it is so rough now. If we're just talking Halo 1, 2, and 3, I'm dropping it here. But I'm going to review this as the whole in Halo franchise. And I think that Halo has been, you know, in a rough place for a while, and it's kind of damaged its reputation quite a bit. Still leaves it in the A tier, but I just wish they could have kept going. As a whole, drop it to C. No.
Double standard much? How can you put Halo up there when you hated on GoldenEye being dated?
Because Halo, I can play, you could say right now, let's say somebody said, oh, I got a private server up for Halo 1, who's in? I would actually be kind of like, I want to play. Like, I want to run around like, you know, let's do some fucking 4v4 blood gold. Let's fucking go, capture the flag. Let's do this shit. I'd be actually hyped. 007, if somebody's like, hey, Golden Gun 007, I'm like, I don't know about this shit. If they're like, here's an N64 controller, I'm like, I definitely don't know about this shit. Valheim not on that list. Where would you put that? I haven't played Valheim. I can't weigh in. I've only watched it. I feel like just watching it's not enough to rank it. Jackbox with the other Jackbox game. What the hell is all this other stuff? We just got random Pokemon games. We just keep throwing that with all the other Pokemon games. I don't know what that one is. Phantasy Star Online 2? Oh, wait, Game Boy. What the fuck? I don't know what that's all about, but okay, Binding of Isaac, that goes up here with, I mean, I'm considering this one game. I'm sure one of them is probably not as great as the other, blah, blah, blah. But we're just considering it one game. PSO, Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube and shit, and like the Dreamcast. Holy shit, that thing was awesome. Kind of changed gaming for me. And you know, what I wanted out of like MMOs and stuff. I love PSO. But Phantasy Star Online 2 may actually be dog shit. There you go. There's my chat. There's my review. The Spelunky art is like the one that apparently one of them was like the Flash one or some old one. These are all the games I actually played. I actually don't know what that one is. I need to know your thoughts, chat. Hold on, let me see. I need to know your thoughts on this tier list. Save it. It sucks. You're old. Respect it. Thank you. Your main content is just chatting. Fix that. Shut your mouth. Dunk's description of not wanting to do the world exploring and lore building is like a Noita player saying, yeah, the game would be better if wands were pre-built with their own. No, that's not the same at all. Because in Noita, let me try to think how to explain this. Hollow Knight, you straight up have to do some things to progress the game. Like you have to, you need to get to some points. Jeez. You need to do something in the storyline. Noita, there's really nothing like that. You literally don't even have to kill Colmy. It's like a pick your own adventure to like the max. I don't know. Like I don't feel like I'm forced to do anything in Noita. You just exist, and then you by existing. You progress. In Hollow Knight, you can't just exist. You need to be progressing. Hold on. I want to see what people are saying about the list. I would say it's a great list, but what is Dead Cells doing? See, I've only played it one time and I was shit at it. I haven't really given Dead Cells much of a try. There's a couple of these games that are kind of hard to rank for me because I'm just like, eh. I mean, like World of Warcraft, that's another one that's weird for me to rank because I got to like level 30 in it. But I mean, I think a lot of people even say World of Warcraft doesn't even start till you hit the level cap. So I've never even experienced any of that. I think what else? Some of these games here that I put down here are just like demos that I was like, that's pretty cool. But I wasn't like, I gotta play the full game. Yeah, it's a tricky one. B tier list? I'll take it. I'll take it.
My thoughts on the list. It's mostly fine because it's your specific feelings. I think you're underrating some games which had great stream vibes from your community, which I think should bump up their ratings.
Do you have an example? Wait, who was that? Do they have an example? What was the example of the one? I've never played RuneScape. Risk of Rain 2 too low, but I understand if you only played solo. I played only with the party, like one time with the chat. They carried me. When you played Expedition, when you play Expedition 33, I want feedback if it's S tier or S tier. My brother said Expedition 33 is fucking amazing. It's as the kids say, cinema. It's a fucking masterpiece. That's what he's saying. He like fucking was hyping it like crazy.
That has never.
Hollow Knight take is wild. Me only want to fight bosses. Really, Dunk? Yes, that is like. I want the juice, man. That's what Souls Knight. That's why Souls Knight gets ranked so much higher when clearly it took a lot more effort to make a game like Hollow Knight. Because Titan Souls, they were like, okay, so what are we gonna do with the storyline? They're like, what if we just had them fight all the bosses? That's it. And they were like, send it. And it's like, damn, it's just concentrated fun. I just want fun to the max. Did I say Souls Knight? Titan Souls, Hollow Knight, you know what I'm saying. Terraria should be at least Calamity. I think if I played Terraria at the time that it was brand new, it probably for me would have been genre defining. I'd have been like, holy shit. But I played it like a decade after it had been out. There's a lot of things about it that are really aged. But it's still good. I mean, it's A tier. It's fucking that's good. You just don't care about story or atmosphere. I like atmosphere, but yeah, I'm not a story guy. All right, I'm definitely not a story guy. Isn't Hades similar to Isaac? What? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you on drugs right now? You may be on drugs. Hades is like, I don't know, like it's good. It's not like it's like a bad game. It just doesn't like hook me in where I'm just like, oh, I want to play this
Gungeon
for a billion
will become
hours.
S tier once you unlock Gunslinger. Makes the game so much fun.
Isaac, when you get going, man, when you start getting some momentum, like you get your first mom kill and you're like, that's pretty cool. I think it was a pretty fun game. And then you realize that there's further past mom and you start to have these fucking busted
Hades
runs.
is similar to Isaac, like leftover Burger King is similar to a fresh filet mignon.
Wait a second. Did you just compare Hades to leftover Burger King? Because I think Chad's going to be pretty pissed about that one.
This guy right now, he is drenched in sweat.
Chad's going to be pretty pissed because there's a lot of people in the community fucking love Hades. And so I always know that whenever I say like Hades is like, all right. Yeah, I know it breaks some hearts. You like atmosphere, but you put Stardew in B. Okay, I will admit Stardew definitely does a pretty damn good job with the atmosphere. But I mean, these B-ranked games are solid. You act like I think sometimes you guys, was it Red Kelly? Somebody was saying that like they don't respect S and A tier enough.
Can we talk about how the game that made you ban chat suggestions still made it to top C?
I said, listen, this. To me, I get it, and it's like the moment is of a payoff is kind of hilarious and crazy.
Stardew Valley is boring AF. I said it.
Maybe calling it hilarious isn't the most politically correct term, but the payoff psychological horror moment is like, oh shit, they were actually getting a little bit crazy with this game. So it was like a unique experience that I hadn't experienced before, but it's not one that I would like recommend. I wouldn't be like, hey, have you got to try this shit? It'd be like, it's like, yeah, it happened. Project Zomboid deserves better. Zomboid is one of those games that I think if it clicks with you, as in like that's your style, you're gonna love it because there's so much detail, so much complexity, and it seems replayable to the max. And apparently there's multiplayer and all that shit, which I wanted to do but never did. It just, I don't know, man. I always feel this like antsiness of like, come on, get to the good part. Which usually led to me dying to zombies. Saying Hades isn't bad and then putting it below average is mind-blowing. Well, see, that's the problem. You look at my list as like, here is like the general scope of all games out there. And so you drew a line down the middle, and if it's down on this area, I say it's below average. If a game makes it onto this list, usually means as like, you know, this interests me, this pulls me in. Games that are below average, for the most part, I don't ever play them. I never plug it in, never power that shit on in the first place. Because I can see by the trailer that I'm like, not for me. Doesn't interest me. With that said, there's going to be a couple exceptions because chat has voted in some games before. But in general, I think that, you know, it's not like half of these games I would recommend. It's like 80% of these games I would recommend to 90%. Like these are the ones that are really like what you're thinking, where it's just like, don't touch that shit. And some of these where it's like, the game wasn't really as much as I'd want it to be. Like Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb was really fun, and the trailer was amazing. I thought they did an awesome job with it. The actual gameplay, a little bit mediocre. It didn't do. I was hoping Cult of the Lamb was going to be something like, is giving me more Isaac vibes in terms of game mechanics and stuff. How would you rate your hairline? S tier. You seem like a Smash Melee player. Okay, I can't tell if this is meant to be like a compliment or super insulting.
I love the idea of Cube World, but boy, the dev has made a lot of questionable decisions.
Yeah, fuck that game. I can take this as a compliment, meaning those people that like love a game with complex and really competitive mechanics.
The duality on that man. He's impatient like an ADHD kid on too much sugar. But he can grind the haddest games for ages.
Hold up now. But Smash players are known for doing some really fucking, you know, fucked up shit, so I can't tell which one that's meant to be. I can appreciate complex mechanics, or I should be arrested. I don't know. Your hairline is B tier for balding. Shut your mouth.